done this in a while. Okay, what's up? Hey, film champions, film friends, film fans. Good Wednesday afternoon. Just had a terrible music class. But yeah, anyway, thought I'd try and get a video done. Haven't really had much time in the last 2 weeks. So anyway, let's jump out of the fire that was my music class, but also the incredible warmth that was Kodak Gold if you watched my previous video. And yeah, straight into the pan, the Ilford Pan 400 that is. A beautiful yet seemingly unavailable 35mm black and white film stock made by Harman Technologies, aka the Ilford HP5 guys, or just the Ilford guys. Oh, and also Harman Phoenix 200 color stock. So I don't know if you've seen my video for that, the film stock tryout for Harman Phoenix 200, but those images were chef's kiss. So check that out after this. So yeah, I'm sharing another panchromatic black and white film for you, and I wanted to see if you've been taking notes. So who can tell me what panchromatic means? You get two kinds of films, particularly in this case black and white film, panchromatic and orthochromatic. So if you could tell me what both of those are, then that's extra points for you and your house. But yeah, anyway, let's stop playing around and get into it, kind of. Ilford Pan 400 gave me some incredibly sharp images, such as these that you'll be seeing now, saving you from the sight of my horrendously hairy head. But it also gave me some not so sharp images. And that's one of the things that I've seen and have read with the Ilford Pan 400. Some people say that it's the edges of the roll for HP5. It's very similar to HP5, but it's not consistent. There might be some errors, or just maybe things that aren't consistent in the images, the colors, or not really colors, but just the clarity or whatever. I don't necessarily think that's true, but I think that the quality control is maybe less stringent as something that is pro as HP5. So yeah, some of the images aren't all that sharp, but that also could be user error, and I think probably most of the cases are, and issues are, user error, particularly in my case. So yeah, I shot it in varying conditions and got some dangerous images, like dangerously sharp images, such as this one taken at the park, which houses the world's tallest Buddha statue. That's what they said at the park. I don't know if that's true. Went there with our family, and yeah, I took my camera along and snapped a few shots. I also shot some indoors in low light, like this one at the Suzhou railway station, and you can see that the images are pretty sharp. We are able to make out every detail across the images, yet they still somehow have a dreamlike quality to them. They seem, like when you wake up in the morning and you first open your eyes, and if there is any sunlight pouring in or whatever, it, like, I don't know, it seems like there's a little bit of a film over your eyes, and like you can't necessarily make out everything 100% clear. Some of these images seem like that. They seem a little bit dreamy, almost more like the lines, like the edges are, or maybe a bit blurred out, kind of. So they're sharp, you can make out the details quite well, and actually in some images beautifully sharp and like 100% sharp. But in a lot of the images that I got back from the rolls that I shot, they have a dreamlike effect, a dreamlike quality to them. And in the two last images that I just showed you, the latter image has less dreamlike effect and less of a haze, and that's where it's more 100% sharp. But yeah, they have a dreamlike quality to them. I also think with the halation, the bleeding of the white or highlights that bleed out also gives it that effect of like a dream, like just, I forgot the word now, but yeah, where it just, halation, I guess, is the correct word, but I think there's another word I'm thinking of. But anyway, maybe I'm not, but sharp, but still somehow dreamy. Ilford Pan 400 has a very rich black. A lot of the images that I made, the darks, like the real darks, the blacks, just jump out at me when I look at the images. They grab my attention pretty quick. They're just really rich and deep, and they stand out so strongly against the rest of the grays and the whites. It's a beautiful contrast, and just the blacks are vivid and yeah, magical, I guess. They're not a dark gray or a deep blue, they're black and they have depth. Rich blacks, that's cool. And yeah, so the next thing, Portrait Champion, and I'm calling this film a Portrait Champion off of one single, solitary, lonesome, standalone image. I try to make that really clear that I'm basing this off of one image as evidence. Just how strong the image is, I feel, at least. The image I made of my father strutting his stuff on the streets of Suzhou. We went through to Suzhou to just go visit. It's right next door to Wuxi. Literally you can see it across the lake. So yeah, we took our parents there. It's actually my wife's parents and my father-in-law, but yeah, he was rocking those streets with some serious style. And yeah, I just snapped a picture, and I really like this particular image made on this particular film stock. It's just an incredible street portrait, I think. It's very clear. The clarity is amazing. The sharpness is beautiful. Foreground, background, the blurring, just the gradation. It's just everything works really well together. And he wasn't posing, he was just walking. It was just a really nice street portrait. So I'm a big fan of this film stock for portraits, even though I haven't shot any other portraits with it, but I think that it could do really well. If you have shot any portraits with Ilford Pan 400, I'd love to see those, so hit me up on Threads or Instagram. I sound so weird saying hit me up, but yeah, share them with me on Instagram or Threads. I'll put a link and my handle for you guys to check out. Also, just BT dubs. If you can see the secret phrase floating about anywhere, be sure to grab that up and put it in the comments. I'll know that you guys have been watching, and I'll appreciate that, and appreciate you all the more. Ilford Pan 400 is versatile. This film handled every lighting scene I threw its way, which ranged from overcast, rainy, severe sun to cloudy and dreary, even very low light. I even tried my hand at some double exposures in the train station, which is also low light, and it handled that. So yeah, let's compare these two images shot in vastly different conditions. The first shot is looking directly at the sun on a beautiful sunny day, even though in the middle of winter, and the second was shot on a train platform at night with very little light. It just works really well in both lighting conditions, and yeah, versatile. So overall, there's not much I feel I need to add here. It's affordable, it's versatile, and it's most likely not too easy to come by in your neck of the woods. So if you do find it, I'd recommend adding it to your bag. I think it's great for portraits. Actually, I think it's great just an all-round general purpose photography, but I think that it can do really well with portraits and street. Some people compare it to Kentmere 400. I don't think so. I think the blacks are richer in Ilford Pan 400. But yeah, I was going to try find some Amazon links for you, but Amazon called and told me that I'm pretty useless at this affiliate marketing thing, so they think they'd rather see other people. So yeah, if in any of my older videos you saw anything about Amazon affiliate links, at the moment that's not working. Our relationship has ended. But yeah, anyway, I suppose I don't mind all that much. I obviously do want to try find a way that this can be a valid source of income for the passion, but more just trying to build it into a community that I can be a resource in more ways than one. But yeah, anyway, my 4-part rating. Exposure latitude, has got excellent exposure latitude. Black and white film generally does have very good exposure latitude, so I rated it 4.5 out of 5. It gives between 2 to 4 stops of latitude either way. overexposure handles overexposure. Bleh. It handles overexposure better than underexposure. Sharpness 3 to 4 out of 5. It ranges from fine tip pen to steak knife. It can be very, very sharp, like I was speaking about earlier, but sometimes not that sharp, a bit more dreamy. Contrast 3.5 out of 5. It's about 60% out of 100% contrast. There is strong contrast, but it's not drastic. I guess it's beautiful. Just a medium to decent. And then grain, finish medium to medium grain. It's sold as a fine grain, but some images I got back support that, others not so much. So yeah, I mean, that's, I guess, my 4-part rating for this film. Be sure to check out some of the images, maybe take your time with them on Instagram. And yeah, let me know what you're shooting at the moment, and yeah, where you are in the world that you're viewing from. I have a video idea that I want to work on, and I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. I have this. I'm sure we all do. Just kind of wrestling with AI and in terms of art and photography. So I want to know what your thoughts are in the combination, or just the two things, AI and art, or you can substitute whatever your art is, whether it be photography, most likely, because this is a photography video, but photography, music, painting, whatever. Just AI, what are your thoughts on those two things in the same sentence? What do you think about that? But yeah, love to hear your thoughts about that. And my next iteration of Filmstock tryouts is going to be another black and white film that I really, really, really love. I love it to the max. So yeah, maybe subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Just keep making stuff. And as always, be blessed. Darren out. I appreciate you guys. See ya.